Hello guys, this is Brian Carroll with Team Lettuce. The player will first enter through the building and take this crate and place it on a pressure plate. There will also be a cash pickup on these barrels. The player can go behind it and pick it up. Once the player enters through the next room, they will take this barrel and use it to break through this debris. Once the player has broken through the debris, there will be a cash pickup right there, and the player will take the crate out of the room and place it on this pressure plate right here. The player will then need to take this water barrel into this next room and put out a fire. They will then need to pull these beams down and make it across the toxic waste. They will then need to jump onto these barrels. Gotta make it back across. And get to the next room. Once the player has entered through the next room, there will be a health pack to their left, and they will need to press E to open up the fire extinguisher case, and they will throw the fire extinguisher into the fire and it will extinguish the fire. And go into this room. There will be another health pack. Press E on the door again. Grab the fire extinguisher. And take it to the other fire. And put it out. The player will then break through this debris right here and grab a power cell for the generator. Once the player has the power cell, they will come to the generator and press E, and that will activate the door. Once the player gets outside, they will use these barrels to create a path across the waste. Once the player has gotten across the waste, they will go through here and crouch under the pile of cars and grab another power cell and go back under. Now we'll use the other barrel to make their way back across. The player will then crouch under this pipe and jump over the next. And here is my featured asset, the electric fence. The player will crouch under it. And in this car, the first car to the player's left, there will be a cash pickup in the seat. And between the second and third car, there will be an engine part. The player will then go back and crouch under the fence, and therein there will be a minefield that the player will have to navigate their way through and get to the generator, and press E on the generator, and that will open the door. The player will crouch under the door. Once the player gets in the garage, they will see that there is a fire, and they will need to put the fire out. The player will go to their left, crouch under the door, and activate the fire alarm. There will also be a health pack in this room. Once the player crouches and gets back over the door, the player will see that the fire is out and that they will need to complete a puzzle. The player will see the color code for the puzzle on this bar in the center of the room. The player will press E on each of the colored pillars and then once they have completed the puzzle, they will be able to activate the next generator. The player will then go up the steps and get to the roof. Once the player is on the roof, they will need to find a rock that they will need to place on a pressure plate. Once the player has opened the door, there will be a cash pickup in here. And the player will press E to open the door, grab the fire extinguisher, and put out a fire right there. The player will then go through and around to pick up the wheel that the player needs to put on the car in order to push it. Once the player presses E, they will be able to push the car off of the garage if it wants to go. There we go. Starting to move. And there you go. And then the player will
Thank you, Brian. That was again Brian Carroll's level. My name is Brian Saltzman for Team Lettuce, and this is the start of my level. And what you got to do is, after you push that car off, is you run up to the helicopter, enter this thing, and make your way to my level. And this cool animation here. And once you crash into this level, you will be in my level. And what you notice here is this the co-pilot. He died because he's a scrub. And then you come over here, move this beam to get out of this broken area. Heavy beam, not supposed to be easy. There we go. And you arrive in this area, which is the first area, which this is on fire from the helicopter crash, and the player will make their way over here and they'll notice this barrel here that's been on fire, set on fire from the crash. There's also a collectible here the player can pick up. And then once you pick up the collectible, you can make your way to these water barrels that the player will use to extinguish the fire. And you can just throw that over here. And I have fixed it to where the barrels will reset if they go over something or try to go out of level. So the barrel will reset, and it's not a game breaker anymore. So fix that. And then moving right along to this puzzle here, the player can see that there's another collectible on here. All they have to do is jump on this box, jump over here to get this collectible, and they'll make their way around here, and they'll come to the second area that's on fire. Once again, pick up the barrel and extinguish it, and if you throw the barrel in here, throw the barrel in the stream, it'll reset. So it's not a big deal. And then you can come over here, move this box, get this health. And you can go straight back over here, move this other box, and there's some more health. And then you'll make your way through here, have to crouch and then jump over this thing, and you'll notice another fire barrel here, which I'm setting up so the player will go back here, catch their eye, and they can jump over here, and there's going to be yet another circuit board for the player to pick up. So another collectible, the fire barrel sort of just leads them to the collectible without really telling them exactly where it is. The barrel will catch their eye, and you can move that box again, and there's another collectible. And again, I use the fire barrels here to sort of lead the player over to this area, because you come to your third fire bit. And you can throw these blue barrels, and once again, they'll reset if you throw them at a level or in the lake there, in the little pond. And then once you're through the third barrier, you'll come up here, which is my push block puzzle. And all you have to do is push this into place to open the door. And there's a collectible there rewarding the player for his efforts. Just gotta crawl, make your way over here. And then that's the door that the push block opened. And then here's another block you can move, again implementing more fire to let the player know that there's something there. Those collectibles are hard to see just laying on the ground. And then, oh, there's another collectible there. Oh, run into the fire there. Took a little bit of damage. And then I've added this new puzzle here. I've gotten rid of the one-hit kill. And if you fall, you can go back. It's not a big deal. And all you have to do for this puzzle is lock onto this and move this box over here. Jump here. Jump here. Oop. A little stuck there. Jump there. And then boom, you're done. And then right as you drop down, there's another collectible. And then you can make your way over here to this area, and there's another collectible by a fire barrel. Oop, just throw the box over here, but if you lose the box, not a big deal. You can move these trees to proceed to the next area. Then you come over here, this is a glass wall. You can break that with this box. And there's another dead guy here, dead guy symbolizing that there's a pickup, and that's my cash pickup, and then another circuit board panel here. Then you make your way over here to the left of the building. Just crouch, a little bit of jumping. And I've changed this puzzle a little bit too. You just have to knock these beams out of your way. Oop. Fell there, took a little bit of damage. But you just knock the beams out of your way. Jump across here. And then jump through this area. Then another glass puzzle you can break. Getting 2 more collectibles, another cash, and your final circuit board. Which brings you into this area. And my featured asset is the cameras here. I put the camera in over there, and I put this light to show the radius of the camera. And then you just have to come over here, collect this key in order to open this door. And again, there's another camera in this hallway, and you can see the light there. Just have to not run into the radius of the light, and you're good. And then I've added this door in. Nice sound and animation. And then finally, you just have to break this glass door, and then get into this elevator, and then this will bring you right into Evan's level.
Thanks, Brian. This is Evan Darling of Team Lettuce, and the player will start outside a bunker, and in order to get inside, they will have to move these boxes in front of the door in order to climb on top of them, and then they can crawl inside. Once the player has done that, they can grab this little box here and use it to destroy this glass window here in order to walk inside this room and grab a collectible. After that, the player can walk over to the main room of the bunker, and which is when they'll see the water is electrified and they will not be able to pass. And in order to get over, the player will have to create a bridge using this physics object here. And over here is my featured asset, which is going to be mines throughout my level. And right now, these mines are guarding the first battery that the player has to collect. When the player finds batteries, they can insert it into these old computers here to turn them on and open doors to progress further. Once the player has done that, they'll be able to proceed through the door, and then they'll come to another minefield here, after which they'll have to navigate past, and then they will have to break another glass window to proceed. They can lift up this little shelf here to grab a collectible, and again break into the next room. Now right here is a security badge which the player will have to collect, as it will be necessary to open the door further in the level. Right here is a dresser that the player can interact with, and when they do, they'll find that the second battery is hiding inside. There you go, like that. Anyways, now they'll have to navigate past another minefield to leave the room, and then they can crawl into here, which is a room that will contain another computer and a TV screen showing the player a dangerous camera that will wait in the next room. Now when the player powers on the computer here using the battery, the security badge scanner will turn on, and if the player has collected the badge, then they can scan it to open this door here. Now when the player walks into this room, they will see the light here, which signifies the security camera, and if they step into it, the player will get damaged, so they'll have to time their movement. After that, the player can walk over to this open window here and use the grapnel to pick up boxes to destroy the glass window. And to obtain the final battery, the player will have to simply move that concrete block down to grab the battery and come over here and insert it into the computer, which will open a door on the other side of the hallway, and the player can crawl under it. And in this room, the player will find a locked safe, a metal box, a pressure plate, and another computer. If the player interacts with the computer, they will be able to grab the hidden collectible inside. And to leave the room, the player will have to move this box on top of the pressure plate, which will lead to Fabio's level.
Thank you, Evan. Hi guys, this is Fabio with Team Lettuce, and this is my level right here. Oh, this is the dead guy right there. And my level is gonna take place in a sewer. Starting off right here, the player will be able to move this hazardous barrels to get the collectible hidden behind. I also added this hidden message whenever the player turns on the flashlight. Right now I think we have a directional light on, and that's why it's not as dark in my room. I mean my level, but that's alright. So that's right there. I added also dead bodies to kind of hint at the player that there are traps that you have to avoid. Come over here. Gonna open that door. Here's another hidden message. I'm gonna get this collectible, get this health pack, and here we go to my featured asset, the swinging axes of doom. So we're gonna go ahead and move. We're gonna get this collectible right here. Here we go, and then we get to one of the first setups where the player will have to stack boxes in order to make a path to get on top. So we're gonna go ahead and set that up. It's good enough. Jump over here, and then the player notices that there's no other way of getting out. So kind of once we add like the audio voice in, it's gonna be more clear on what the player has to do in this certain setup right here. We're going to go ahead and collect that access key. Avoid the axes. Get up this collectible right here. We're gonna get to this. Our path's blocked. There's another dead guy, so we're gonna assume there's a trap around here, and there it is. All under here. Get these health packs. We see that there's a collectible over there, so we're gonna go get it. So the room over here tells me that there's a hidden item here, so I'm assuming it'd be over here. So we're gonna put a box here. Oh, look, there it is. We got it. Now we're gonna get to the other side and access that door. Alright, crawl under here. Okay, and then we're gonna reach right here where, oh, there's another dead player, so there's probably a trap somewhere around here, so we gotta be careful. Gonna go ahead and collect this collectible down here, crawling under those pipes, and we're gonna jump on this box, get over these pipes. Right here there's going to be a message telling the player that we're going to need a key. We're going to have some voice over in gold, so that's going to further explain what the player has to do. So we're going to go ahead over here and see if we can find the key. Right here there's also we're going to be like that wall kind of looks weak. We could probably break it, and we can by throwing a box over there. Okay, then we're gonna we see that this wall also collapsed down here, so we notice that the key's right here. We're gonna get the iron key. Now we're gonna jump back over here. Oh look, there's a trap right there. Gonna try to avoid that. Oh, we got hit by it, but that's okay. We have enough health. We're gonna go ahead and open this door. There we go. That was a little glitchy. We're gonna have to fix that one, but that's okay. So we're gonna go over here after turning off the water. Gonna throw this box over here. We're gonna reach here. Over here, we're gonna see a kind of like a similar setup with the camera. kind of shows us that there's a door over there, and it's guarding the door, but we have the access key to unlock it, so we're going to go ahead and do just that. And the door opens. Oh, there's a cash pickup right here. We're going to go ahead and collect that. There we go. Gonna move that out of the way. It's another dead guy and a health pack and a collectible. Oh, there's the trap. Oh no. It's alright. Now we're gonna get over here. Gonna get right here. Get this cash on the side. There we go. Got it. Now that the door is open, we're going to jump in here. Gotta be really careful with this setup right here. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to move these boxes out of the way. Oh, there's some pickups over here. We're going to go ahead and collect these. Nice. And oh look, there's a nut. The guy got to the last door and couldn't get out. And now we're gonna go ahead and exit my level. And this will lead to Hunter's level.
Thank you, Fabio. It's a nice level you got there. Welcome everyone to Hunter Reese's level of Team Lettuce. And right off the bat, you're going to notice a pool right here that gives you your first puzzle of stacking boxes. So you're going to have to throw those down here and really practice what you've learned throughout all the other areas using the grab-null and working boxes to your advantage. Now that you've got up on the other side of the pool, if you choose to look here in the shed, you'll find a first water collectible, which is very valuable at this time. Fresh water is always nice. In here you'll notice the first room, the bedroom, this bed right here, and a collectible, and water with a record player that you can turn on, which should be playing music right now. It's pretty quiet, but it should be something for you to be able to listen to while you're playing through my area. Now once you move these desks out the way, there's a short little hallway, and duck under the pipes and get through these chairs to get another water bottle and enter the garage, which is really worse for wear. The terrain is coming up out of the floor, and the broken circuit breaker is causing the water to have electricity running through it. So you must jump across these cars here. Activate the circuit breaker, get the water, which turns off the damage. Now you can go get this hidden collectible as well. Continue into the living room, which features my main featured asset, the piano. Which has some cash on it, and you can play. And in case you got hurt, there's a health collectible and some water again over here. Now you must make your way through the basement, moving some more boxes here, practicing what you learned. And you must continue to try to get out to the front yard. However, in this next room, you'll notice something similar to the garage, in which the water has an electric current. And this time, instead of simply just jumping, you now have to create your own pathway across. Otherwise, you will get electrocuted and start getting hurt. But in case you do get hurt, there's a health pack over here. And if you look close, another collectible. Now that you've crossed that water, go into the last room of the basement, which gives you your last water collectible. and the way to get outside. Once you're out here, you're going to have to move these boxes to make sort of a makeshift staircase. And now you're in the front yard with your last water collectible, and you've finally made it back to the city. And that is the end of our level. Thank you all for watching. And thank you, Chobi.